Okay, Milei goes to, or just from Argentina, he goes to World Economic Forum. He's invited. And the person that brings him up on stage is Klaus Schwab. And he goes and gives a message. Argentina's Javier Milei says the West is in danger in a fiery Davos speech.
Red Milei.
We're not going to play the whole 23 minutes for you, but I highly recommend you make a note and you go watch this entire thing. Rob, just play the first minute 20 seconds, and listen to what he says on how Argentina went from what it was before to what it is today. Go ahead, Rob.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much. Today, I'm here to tell you that the Western world is in danger. And it is endangered because those who are supposed to have to defend the values of the West are co-opted by a vision of the world that inexorably leads to socialism and thereby to poverty. Unfortunately, in recent decades, motivated by some well-meaning individuals willing to help others, and others motivated by the wish to belong to a privileged caste, the main leaders of the Western world have abandoned the model of freedom for different versions of what we call collectivism. We're here to tell you that collectivist experiments are never the solution to the problems that afflict the citizens of the world. Rather, they are the root cause. Do believe me, no one better placed than us, Argentines, to testify to these 2 points. When we adopted the model of freedom back in 1860, in 35 years we became a leading world power. And when we embraced collectivism over the course of the last 100 years, we saw how our citizens started to become systematically impoverished, and we dropped to spot number 140 globally. But before having the discussion, it would first be important for us to take a look at the data that demonstrate why free
right here. Anyways, it's kind of tough to. There's also a different version that's only English speaking, where you don't hear the two different languages. By the way, he goes flat out, calling out everybody for 23 minutes straight.
Damn.
To their faces.
I love that.
He calls out if you're ever invited to the World Economic Forum to give a speech, and people later on are going to say, well, look at him. He went and spoke at the World Economic Forum. Yeah, but he went and called out everybody to their faces. This is the way to do it, the way he just did it.
Yeah, I love this. And this is something that I've been looking way into these days. What he's basically talking about is something that we're going to be prepared or have to be prepared to face in the next coming generations, okay? And that is what is called a clash of civilizations. And a clash of civilizations is not about countries. It's about ideas and it's about cultures. And what we're seeing is an East versus West culture clash. So on one hand, you have democracy, you have capitalism, you have freedoms, you have free markets, you have human rights, you have builders, you have creators, you have discussions, open expression. And on the other hand, you have what he called collectivism. You have the Marxists, you have the communists, you have the authoritarian, you have the jihadists, you have the extremists, you have people that want to tear down and destroy. And what he's doing is saying, listen, World Economic Forum, listen, world, there's a clash of civilizations coming. Pick your team. And here in America, we know what team we're on.
Tom, did you hear the speech or no?
No, I've read the summary of it, and I saw this live here, but I have not read the thing all the way. But I know the code words he's speaking with. And when he says collectivism, he's talking about communism, because he specifically says socialism. And now he says collectivism. Collectivism is communism. Communism with a gun is Marxism. So what he's saying is, look, if two people have, Vinny and I are sitting here and I have an orange, and you tell me chop half and give it to him. We both have half an orange. But that's all we can have. There's no way to grow more oranges. You've just taken half of mine because you're not supporting capitalism or growth. And collectivism results in everybody impoverished because unless you're the size of the United States with the monetary power that we have, your currency goes down in value. So guess what? You impoverish your entire nation. By trying to give everybody something, destroying the incentive to work, you destroy the growth of your country and the value of your currency, so it all goes down and we're impoverished. That's what he said in those first 5 minutes.
You know what else he says in the speech? He says in the speech that just because a business fails doesn't mean capitalism doesn't work.
Right.
Just because you fail as an entrepreneur doesn't mean capitalism doesn't work. This concept about every time a business fails or doesn't work, oh, this whole thing doesn't work, we have to change the entire system. No, that's not the case here. 4 basic principles of capitalism that we have to keep talking about. Freedom to buy, freedom to sell, freedom to try, freedom to fail. You're going to fail at times. The message was so beautiful, and he used data, he used history, he used examples. It was the most uncomfortable speech to listen to if you believe in socialism and communism.
My question is, like, they knew that he was going to do this. I mean, you know where he stands. If you watched any videos of this guy, you know exactly where he stands. Why would they invite this guy to come there and Klaus Schwab bring him on stage if it's going against their narrative?
I don't know why. Great question, but I actually want to applaud them for giving a diverse opinion of voices.
1000%. When you just thought Klaus Schwab couldn't get more evil, like the fact that they let this guy go up there and speak, I think that's fantastic because they knew what they were going to get.
Tom, I have an idea for you, Tom.
Look at the other way. They couldn't not invite him.
Very good point.
How do you not?
Tom, here's something that I think that you should do over the next coming months or years. This guy's going to be the perfect case example if he can turn Argentina around. The first libertarian that's ever been elected, certainly in Argentina, possibly in the world, libertarian
No, he's
candidate.
the first libertarian president ever.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So we see what's going on down in Argentina. Their currency's deflated, unemployment, skyrocket, everything. It's a mess. It's an absolute mess. Back in the day, whatever many years ago, Argentina, Buenos Aires used to be the Paris of Latin America. What are they now? They're a laughingstock. But it took this guy to come in and say, afuera. It's not going to happen on my watch.
Yeah.
So let's see if he can actually turn this country around, because if he does, he deserves all the praise in the world.
Yeah, I'm excited about seeing what's going to happen here, but more